Jessica Campbell who scores.
Welcome, hockey fans across Canada, the USA, China, and around the globe to the MasterCard Center as you're watching CWHL Live. I'm Nico Cardarelli. This broadcast is empowered by Hilberg & Burke, empowering young women and women all over. We're going to throw it down to ice level for the national anthems. All right, folks, welcome into this afternoon's broadcast as we bring you this game between the Vanke Rays and the Toronto Furies, once again presented by Hilberg & Burke, empowering young women all over. You'll notice the sparkle ball earrings being supported by the CWHL players. Make sure you check out the Hilberg & Burke website if you want a pair for yourself. There you get a look at those great sparkle ball earrings, and again, we thank Hilberg & Burke for their continued support. I'm Nico Cardarelli, and I'm joined here by Beth Clipper. We're glad you're joining us for this great game we have on tap as we get set to present the Toronto Furies and the Vanke Rays. And there you get a look at Vanke goaltender Elaine Truly, who backstopped them to a historic 3-0 win last night, Beth.
Yeah, it was their first win of the season, so it's definitely big for them. First time here in North America, so they're really excited, and second game today, so they're looking for another win here.
The numbers today presented by MNP as we get a look at making her first start of the season, Sammy Jo Small.
Yeah, she definitely has the experience as Sonia Vanderbeek. She's already had 3 games herself. She played last night. They're coming off a doubleheader, switching up the goaltending. They did lose 3-0 last night, so trying to work some kinks out here today.
Should be a great contest in this one. As we mentioned, Vanke picking up their first win. That's a big 2 points on the season for them. Toronto just 1 win in 3 games so far, so they'll look to reach the 500 mark here this afternoon. All the players line up for the face-off. The referees are set, and we are underway here at the MasterCard Center as we bring you this game between the Vanke Rays and the Toronto Furies. Toronto wearing their predominantly blue jerseys, pick up that loose puck in the zone. There's a shot right on, and Julia makes the blocker save and then follows up with a glove save, so a good quick start there from the Furies.
Yeah, they had a quick change over there, and they almost got caught with the too many men. They were safe there not to touch it, but not sure what happened. Some miscommunication clearly on the bench as to who was starting, but good offensive draw right off the start.
So Vanke wearing white with a little bit of black and red trim here as they defend the end to our left. You'll see them skating left to right across the screen, as there for Vanke is Ho. She gets tied up along the back end, and there's Truly to just get a glove on it and hold it for a face-off. Bit of a tense opening 28 seconds so far for Vanke.
Yeah, it's pretty much been in their end the whole time right off the bat. They're very used to it. Last night she only had 23 saves, so they're already getting testing her early so far.
Elaine Truly, the starting goaltender for Vanke, played some NCAA hockey down with UConn, and again picking up the shutout last night here in this building. She'll try backstop her team to back-to-back wins off the face-off. Teams battling for possession, and that was Webster who rims it around the boards and down the ice. Saunders has to skate back. She's challenged there by Woods, and it'll be the Furies coming up with it. Prevost plays it near side to the line, but it's held in by Oliva. Good job there by the Vanke defender. Just outside, and Webster brings it right back in. She gets around Fulton. Shooting lane, was deflected and off to the corner where Fulton picks it up. We had a chance to talk with Rob Morgan, head coach for Vanke, prior to this game, and one of the things he mentioned was an area for improvement is the shooting. They just need to, as that shot from distance goes wide of the goal, Vanke just need to develop their shooting a little bit more.
Yeah, he talked about how great of skaters they are, and their hockey sense is just all there. Just needs to be a little bit stronger on the puck and get those shots through.
His defender will scoop this one up. That's Rose Oliva, who takes it behind her own net. Skates it out, a nice touch pass. They come through the neutral zone, but that one's broken up. Good job there by Haley Williams. Plays it forward. As Gagne had it on her stick, poked away, and now it's into the near corner here. Down low to our left. Williams still with it, drops it to Platt. There's a shot from distance, kicked away by Truly. So she's made a couple of good saves early on, getting a feel for the puck, and Toronto still without an answer to put one by this Rays goaltender. Beezer will backhand that one into the zone and peel off for a change as we played just over 2 minutes in the opening period. You're watching CWHL Live, and we want to remind you that you can connect with us throughout the show through social media, but here comes Vanke bringing it into the zone. Cross communications, and here comes a 2-on-1 the other way, led by Zubak. Back checking hard, the Vanke defender just does enough to tie Dingeldine, and that takes away a would-be chance there for the Furies. Held in at the line by Kidd. She backhands it intended for Allen, but that's picked off. And here comes Brickleyuk, who plays it forward to Janiga, who's challenged along the near boards, stripped away from her. And here comes Zubak back the other way for Toronto. Zubak in there all alone, still has it on her stick. Tried to cut to the net, kind of rubbed wide, and then off to the far corner where Julie Allen stick handles, and neither team can get clear possession at the moment.
Toronto's just been working hard in this offensive zone. They've been getting a lot of chances so far to come out quick. Yesterday, Vanke was the one who scored in the first period.
Here comes Emma Woods down the wing, streaks in, shot right on, and that one hits Small right in the mask. Play continues on. Best chance of the game so far right there, coming from the stick of Emma Woods. Teams battling for possession along the near boards. Woods in there, digs it out. Right to Webster, her shot off a defender and into the near corner.
She just needed that quick release there. She took one too many stick handles. Just as Coach Rob said, he just put pucks on net. You'll never know what goes in.
Yeah, you want to pull the trigger there. They hesitated a little. There's an opportunity where the trigger was pulled by Kong, but off a defender's stick and wide. Far side boards, that one's knocked down by a glove of Gaskin and stays within the zone. Kong drops it there. That shot ends up off the stick of Platt behind the net, and now she'll skate it out for Toronto. Platt's still with it here for the Furies, checks her options and brings it near side right in front of the penalty boxes, and will dump it in. Julie out of her net, 15:45 remaining here in the first. Long stretch pass, that one completed. Nice job by Kong to read it and get to it before it could be picked off. Small out of her net, leaves it for Kidd. Sydney Kidd. That one nearly picked off. Right back to the stick of Kidd. She loses the handle. And now the Furies come up with it. Danielle Gagne tries to feather it through to Beezer, but nothing doing, and the puck all the way out to center ice for Shannon Molson.
The Furies have done a great job on this quick transition game, just in and out of the zone. They're really good at that.
Here's a smooth skating Brickelyuk. First shot turned away. Second shot saved as well by the blocker. Still danger present as Vanke tries to counter here. Bunton scoops it up through the neutral zone. She's tripped up. No call. Play continues on as Kidd comes up with it for Toronto. So Small making a couple of good saves there on that sequence.
She's now getting tested. It's been the other end. Vanke's been working their offense well.
And here we've got an icing call against the Furies with 14:48 to play. So both goaltenders getting a touch here, and for Sammy Jo Small, you have to think that's going to build some confidence, those last couple saves she made.
Yeah, for sure, and she's definitely got plenty of experience playing here. First game of the season, she's definitely fired up to get out there and get a first win for herself and the second win for the team.
Webster, her shot attempt blocked. She still has it on her stick. Stick handles. Nice moves there, and finally the puck's taken away from Webster, but you had to like that possession there from Brooke Webster, creating
like
some
offense. The
offense.
puck was glued to her stick there.
Stick handling in a phone booth, it seemed like.
Yeah.
As they bring it back across the line. Emma Woods with the puck on her stick. Drops it back to Webster. She's got room to cut in here. Webster takes the shot right on, and Sammy Jo Small makes that save look easy.
Emma Woods not too far from here. She's only from Burford. Coming off of a season with Quinnipiac, as she is the captain there. She's got a lot of success bringing into this Vanke team, as they have their teams full of half North American imports and the other half full of the Chinese natives here. So they definitely have a good mix.
Well, a couple players to look out for in this one if you're cheering on from China. Of course, we've already seen the smooth skating Kong. We'll keep an eye on her, number 15 for Vanke. Back the other way. Here comes Zubak for Toronto. Picks it up. Centers in front for Dingledine. Great save there from Truly. Well, they got the one-timer just as they wanted, but the goaltender makes a great save.
Yeah, it was just right in her breadbasket. Easy saves for her. Really boosts her confidence as still early in the game.
So the face-off coming up here to the left of Elaine Truly. It'll be Dingledine on the draw for Toronto. She loses that one to Shin Feng, and Dingledine comes up with it off the half wall. Allen plays it into the corner as Vanke get to that one first. Brickelyuk skates it out here. She makes the pass. Kong cuts around one, tries to center in front. They got it through, but couldn't get a shot off out of that. Brickelyuk plays it back to the point. There's a shot through traffic, hits a couple bodies and into the far corner. Dingledine opts to reverse the breakout here, and Julie Allen will have to make a play along the near board. She chips it up and then has her stick lifted, but they still got the puck out. Quickly it's hammered back in, so Gaskin first on it for the Furies. Gaskin check closely, makes the pass. Back near side, intended for Allen, out of her reach, and down for Oliva to pick it up for Vanke.
Rob Morton talked about how their team is so strong on the boards and they just have that extra bit of aggression to outmuscle on the boards and come out with that puck.
Bunton drops it there. Janiga plays it back to the point. All just away from Chow as they'll have to dump in and regroup here. 12:50 to go in the first period. A little bit of sloppy possession out there, but here comes Prevost for Toronto. Cuts through the defenders, goes to the backhand, gets the shot away, draws the penalty, and Truly had to make a couple saves, but great individual effort there from Carolyn Prevost, and Toronto will be rewarded with a power play.
Vanke yesterday, they had 8 penalties, and a lot of them were stick infractions, as you can see there. Another stick infraction as she got her with the hook, and they'll be headed to the boxes. Toronto looks to capitalize on this early power play here in the period.
Well, the Furies were 0 for 8 with the power play last night. That's something they sorely want to improve upon as Brooke Beezer steps in to take this face-off. Beezer ties up. They get it back to the point for Saunders. Saunders goes far side to Fulton. There's the shot deflected over top the net. Julie Allen does a good job to win that puck battle. She still has it on her stick. Far side to Fulton. Top of the point for Saunders. Her shot. That one knocked down, and maybe a shorthanded opportunity here for Vanke. Here comes Webster. Brooke Webster centers in front, just out of the reach of Emma Woods. And here comes Toronto back in transition. Fulton across the blue line. She's checked closely with a poke check. Puck knocked away, and it's on the stick of Webster. She'll have a chance to ice this one, and successfully she does. Molson knocks it down with $1:15 left on the power play here for Toronto.
Vanke's just doing a great job applying this pressure, making them bobble the puck and cough it up for them, as you can see right there.
Yeah, they cause another turnover. Toronto quickly regains possession, and here comes Prevost. She drew the penalty with her speed. Now she cuts in, forced wide. She plays it behind the net where Zubak there for the Furies has it. She stick handles away from the defender, drops it near side. Stewart plays it to Dingledine, back to the point. Molson lets the shot fly, and they score on the power play with the redirection. The Furies capitalize, and they take a 1-0 lead.
That was such a beautiful goal there. There's traffic in front of the net. There's no way she saw that. As you can see there, great pass up to the point. She just moves, changes her angle, goes for that far side, and there's a great screen in front of the net. And this is a big goal for Toronto. It'll gain a lot of momentum. Yesterday it was Vanke who got the goal in the first period. And they were the ones getting 2 more in the second, so this will be a lot of momentum for them. Yesterday Vanke said they got lucky with all their penalties killing them off, but as of right now, Toronto's 1 for 1 on the power play.
A good start to the game for the Furies, and on first look, I thought it was deflected. On replay, it looked like it may have gone straight in. We'll wait for the official announcement, but it could be Shannon Molson who gets credited with the power play marker. Stand by for that. Vanke trying to respond, now down 1-0. Good start there for the Furies with the power play. They capitalize. Again, 0 for 8 last night. They're 1 for 1 here this afternoon, as we've got 10:50 remaining here in the first period. So the Furies out to a quick start, and here's the goal announcement. And it is Shannon Molson, so the puck goes straight in off the shot from the point. Zubak and Dingledine should get the other assist as she made the pass down from the corner. Good job for the Furies and Shannon Molson as they have possession once again here. Well, it's turned over, and Bunton, who ended up being the penalized player, makes the pass forward. Mercer comes up with it. Cuts into the middle, lets the shot fly right on. Good positioning by Small, who was a little deep in her net, but she makes the save and covers the rebound for the faceoff.
Yeah, she was a little shaky as she let that one go, but still confident right now as her team's with the one up there on the scoreboard.
It looks like we're going to have a penalty coming here to the Furies, as we get a look at that power play goal, which gave Toronto the 1-0 lead. And there you can see, Beth, just a seeing eye shot from Shannon Molson.
Yeah, it was a perfect height, right over that far pad. Caught her, and that put him up 1-0 as we'll switch to the other end. And Vanke's now in the power play as they look to capitalize and gain that goal back.
Haley Williams in the box. The Rays to the power play. 0 for 3 last night. They'll look to improve on that here today. Cross-checking the call as Vanke possessed the puck on the outside here. Mercer shields it, plays it down low to Bunton. Back over to the hash marks for Mercer. She tries to step off the wall. Brickleyuk lets that shot fly, and Fulton got a piece of that, deflecting it wide. Mercer still with the puck here for Vanke. Plays it to Webster. Webster steps in, tries to feather it through, nothing doing. And Toronto will smack that down the ice. A foot race here, but the speedy Prevost won't get to that one before Vanke's defender, Ashley Brickleyuk.
Yeah, interesting enough, Vanke has 2 different power play lines. One of them, this would be the line right here, being full of North American players, all coming from the NCAA as they have that experience. And as you can see, the Chinese unit coming out now. Rob Morgan said it's for them to they're familiar with working with each other as they play together in many world championships, and they have a set play. We'll see if they'll run here.
Yeah, it's interesting you allude to that. I can't wait to see that set play. You talked about it. It's kind of a misdirection play, so we'll see if Vanke can bust that out at some point here with the advantage. They bring the puck in as Janinga brings it across the line down into the corner. Shields it from the checker back to the point. Thought about the shot, plays it near side. There's the shot, big save. Where's the puck? It's loose in front. Vanke can't scoop it up as Keenan Zhao got a big shot away, but the pad of Sammy Joe Small turns it aside.
They're getting some great looks here on the power play, though. They're just working in.
Well, they're showing a lot of patience there, not really forcing anything, as they've still got 34 seconds left with the power play. Far side, they control the puck as it's Shin Fang. There's a shot from the point, wide of the net, but it'll be scooped up here by Chinan Zhao. Back to the hash marks here near side. Now it's back to the point for Zhao. Rolling puck in. Small just got a left pad on that one to turn it away. Zhao keeps it in at the line as it's played to Kong. Kong challenged there by Julie Allen, and it'll be Allen who gets the puck to the line, and Beezer with the second effort to clear it out. That'll be it for the Rays power play. They can't capitalize despite having some good puck possession, and Beth, as you mentioned, creating great opportunities.
We didn't see that set play there, but maybe next power play we'll see if they'll work that. As they did get some great looks there.
And they try that long stretch pass, but it's broken up, and here comes a potential 3-on-2. Prevo gets around one to the backhand again, drops it, and maybe a little too fast for her own good there. Just lost control of the sequence. Here comes Webster across the line for Vanke. Cuts in, players battling. It was Fulton and Woods getting all tied up through the middle of the ice, but nothing doing. Play continues on. Loose puck at center ice will be scooped up by Webster. She has to bring it into her own zone with 7:30 remaining here in the first period. Bunton avoids the contact, is tripped up. Play continues on. Toronto tries the pass through the middle. That's broken up. Allen had her stick held there just a little. No call as Vanke gained the zone. Bunton, she's got room to skate with it. Lets the shot fly, and that was a great save there from Small. That was a tough shot just off the ice.
That was beautiful. She just walked off the wall right into the slot and just let it go.
Great play by Bunton, and Vanke still have possession in the offensive zone. Check closely there by Prevo as they dump the puck around the boards. It'll come to the near side here. Julie Allen first on it. Shovels it to the line, but not out. Second effort. Wrestles her player down to the ice, and for that she'll be penalized. So Vanke will go back to the power play here. Allen gets called for body contact. Allen not too happy about that call, but when you run over Shinhu like that, I think that's a fairly easy call there for the refs.
Oh, for sure. You gotta watch out with those when you're following through with the puck, making sure you don't knock them over. But sometimes the ref call it, sometimes not, depending how the game's going.
Back to the point, Mercer. Near side to Bunton. Back to the point and right back to Mercer. She steps in. No shooting lane, so they continue to pass it around. There's a shot deflected just wide of the far post. So some good pressure there from Vanke as they show creativity with the advantage, but now they've got to defend as Prevo creating all sorts of problems there, shorthanded on the forecheck. Vanke bring it across the blue line. Bunton, room to skate. Lets the shot fly. Good save there by Small, just getting the glove out to turn that aside. Brickelyuk steps around one, leaves the puck there for Webster. Down low to Brickelyuk, back to the point, Mercer. She stick handles, they trade positions, and Mercer still shields it with 1:05 left on the power play. Brickelyuk feathers one through, that's deflected, good pad save, rebound, out to the point, Mercer holds it at the line, good play there for Vanke. Fakes the shot, makes the pass to Brickelyuk, and then nice job by Stewart to get in the way of that.
Just play the safe bet on when some players forcing you high like that. Nobody wants to turn her over at your own blue line, and especially on the power play.
Short-handed here, the Furies have an opportunity to kill a little time. They do. A high stick knocks that puck down, and with Vanke playing it, they'll whistle a stoppage with 30 seconds left in the power play and 5:14 left in the period.
Vanke's very calm on the power play as they're just continually cycle. They have great footwork when they're working that puck down low, shielding it, just owning the puck in that offensive zone.
For a young team, and again, head coach Rob Morgan mentioned the average age just 21 years old. They show a lot of composure out there, and like you said, they don't get anxious with the puck on the power play. That's certainly a good sign of a team who's showing a lot of maturity despite their young age.
Yeah, speaking of young age, their oldest player is actually only 25, so that just goes to show you right there.
As the Furies knock that puck off the glass, 10 seconds left here, but it's a shorthanded 2-on-1. Privo receives the pass, takes the shot, and that one's turned away by Truly. As Toronto creating offense here, shorthanded. Nice job by Stewart to set up Privo, and here Privo comes up with a interception, knocking the puck down, feathered in front. It's in between the pads of Truly. She doesn't see it, and Privo nearly poked it through. Oh, Vanke's goaltender, Elaine Truly, got lucky with that whistle.
It looks like Privo's getting a penalty, and she's not too happy about that.
Well, I think she's got reason to be upset. That puck was sitting there loose.
Yeah, the refs just clearly lost sight of it, and she just went in hard just to go poke the puck through and didn't realize, and as you can see there, Privo looks like she's the only one who really sees it, goes in, gives that extra touch, but she's going for the puck. The ref doesn't realize and ends up getting a slash on the goalie, so definitely something to be upset over, as she thought she was going to get a goal.
And head coach Jeff Flanagan wants an explanation, and he's echoing that exact sentiment that, well, the puck was sitting there loose in her pads, the whistle hadn't blown. Privo's making a hustle play. The whistle blows within maybe a fraction of a second before she gets her stick in there. You can't really fault the attacker there. That's a good hustle play, just some tough luck for the Furies.
Yeah, the ref was just in the wrong position in that. Just the Furies got the short end of the string there, as they'll go to the PK on this one.
So Vanke 0 for 2 on the power play so far. They'll have a chance here to improve that with 4:30 left in the period. They lose the face-off, but keep the puck in the zone for the time being. And just as quickly cleared down the ice by the Furies. Kaylee Mercer first on it here for the Rays. She'll quarterback this power play out of her own zone. Pass for Woods off her skate and into the zone, but with possession lost, the teams will have to regroup here through center ice. Mercer feeds it cross ice to Bunton. She brings it across the blue line over to Webster, chips it. Now to Mercer. She's got a shot, opts to make the pass back to Brickleyook. Far side to Bunton. Centered in front for Webster, but the Furies get a piece of that one and clear it down the ice.
There's that patience there. She was set up, was going to take that shot, but opted for the pass instead, as there's no traffic in front of the net. Didn't think that was the right look and made that smart pass.
Bouncing puck, corralled here by Emily Janinga in the far corner. Nice job by Kong to pick up that loose biscuit as it's controlled by Fong. Fong stick handles, takes it behind the net. I think they were trying for that set play there, but Toronto sniffs it out and clears it down the ice.
Yeah, these teams played yesterday, so they definitely have a feel as to what systems they're using and what set plays, so they can take full advantage of it.
Kong brings it across the blue line here for Vanke. Gets the pass right back from Fong and plays it down low. Janiga has it, shields it back to the point where they get it right back to Janiga. Play it down low into the near corner. A lot of patience and nothing doing in the end there. 15 seconds left here on the power play as Zhao holds it in at the line. There's a bouncing puck. Cleared down the ice by the Furies, and that'll just about do it for the Vanke power play. So despite some good puck possession, really unable to create too many quality chances there with that advantage. Webster can't corral that loose puck. Here's a chance for Privo. She gets around the defender, snaps the shot right on. Truly makes the save, and then her own defender crashes into her, but the goaltender shows no worse for wear there.
Privo's just using that speed to her full advantage. She really likes to cut wide and then cut back into the net and take that shot or even make that pass. And she's got a look, she just takes that lane. She's really quick on the outside and loves to take that lane.
Well, they're going to look to her foot speed to make a difference. It has already in this game as she's drawn a couple penalties and that puck lifted up and out of play. So we'll redo the face-off here inside Vanke territory. 2:14 left here in the first period. I want to remind you that you can connect with the CWHL and other fans by following at the CWHL on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Tweet us at the CWHL, and we'll get to some Twitter shout-outs later in the broadcast. You can tweet me at Bro Behind the Mic, and you can tweet Beth at Beth Clipper. We'll get to a few fan shout-outs later through the show. As Vanke clear this puck out down the ice. Under 2 minutes remaining in the first. That'll be an icing call there against the Rays.
These last 2 minutes are really crucial. Vanke definitely wants to get something on the boards, generate some offense, and get some momentum. As Toronto's just been working really hard, shutting down their plays in the offensive zone and really gaining offense themselves.
Arambaru on the face-off, can't corral it for the Furies. They tie up along the near boards. Beezer has her feet hauled out from her. Play continues on. Platt lets that shot go off a body and into the far corner. And it'll be Vanke coming up with it. Led here by Yui Ho. Makes the pass far side as Jiang tries to feather it through. Back to Ho, but nothing doing that time.
Vanke's transitions into the offensive zone are always super clean, smooth. They're making that smart pass and just going in and out of the zone really nicely.
Mercer gets tied up along the far boards, and that'll give Toronto a chance to get it to center ice. No further as Woods gets in the way there, and possession changes hands. Rosaliva comes up with it. Her pass, that's broken up. Fulton lets the shot fly. Oliva blocks that one. Puck still loose in front. Where is it? They scramble forward, and Truly may have gotten a piece of it. Toronto with possession here inside the final minute of play.
Truly definitely looking frustrated in her net as she wanted all of that cleared in front of her so she could see the puck.
Vanke bring it right back in. Diving to try get in the way of that was Shannon Molson, but some nice stick work by Kaylee Mercer ends up getting a shot away. Turn back the other way. Prevost knocks down this rolling puck. Lets the shot fly. Truly makes the save and then corrals the rebound with 25.3 seconds left. So good end-to-end action here in the first period. Both teams getting chances, but so far it's the Furies with a 1-0 lead here over the Rays. As we've got a face-off coming up to the right of Elaine Truly. Off the draw, teams tie up, and it'll be Vanke skating it out of the zone. Mercer makes the pass for Woods, tries to split the D, backhander just wide of the far post. Good chance there for Vanke in the final few seconds, 10 seconds remaining here, in fact, and they'll get it to center ice. Maybe time for one last chance. Woods brings it across the blue line, drops it for Mercer. Time an issue, lets the shot fly. That one's blocked. Another shot attempt. That one after the buzzer, and through 20 minutes of play, a spirited contest, but it's the Toronto Furies with a 1-0 lead over the Vanke Rays.
And yesterday was Vanke coming out of the first period with that 1-0 lead.
So a pretty good contest here. Both goaltenders getting a feel for the puck and both teams getting some chances on the power play. But after 20 minutes in the books, it's the home team Furies with a 1-0 edge over the visiting Vanke Rays. Stay tuned. We've got some intermission programming coming up. You're watching CWHL Live.
Vanke from loose puck. Who scores? Trying to go the other way. Davis in front for Jessica Campbell, who scores.
I'm here with goal scorer Shannon Molson. Now, yesterday it was Vanke with 1-0 goal on the board, and this time it's you guys. How do you think that's going to generate your offense going into the second period?
I think we started the game very different today. I think yesterday we took them kind of lightly, and today we decided, you know what, it doesn't matter who they are. We're coming out flying. We're going to take bodies, and we're going to put the puck to the net a lot more today.
Being a quick turnaround, you guys played yesterday at 7 o'clock and today at 1 o'clock. What do you guys do in preparation for these quick turnaround games and recovery style?
Personally, it's definitely mental preparation, just being ready for that next game. You got to let the first game go and just think about that next game. And also a nice cool down and a little walk or jog this morning definitely helped.
Now, coming from yesterday, you guys fell short of Vanke. What were some takeaways to focus on for today's game?
Definitely less turnovers, because we had a lot yesterday. More pucks on net, and just coming out with a lot more grit today.
Thank you. You're watching CWHL Live.
Home is not just something you can see or touch. Home is a feeling. It's the place where you feel safe to have those little moments that mean everything. At AVT, we believe that feeling should always be there. Whether it's at your house or your business, we help keep you safe so you can have those moments that make you feel at home. Wherever you are.
The thing that excites me the most about this collection is the fact that we're able to celebrate the diversity of the Canadian landscape. Our actual campaign really celebrates the beauty that Canada is.
To be with a brand that fully encourages women to reach their goals and their true abilities, that's something that's really special.
Sanderson passes it to Westfall, takes a shot, and it's a no-goal. Westfall passes it to Sanderson, who passes it to Bobby Orr.
Tried a shot that was wide and Keenan cleared it but not out. Bobby Orr behind the net to Sanderson. Orr! Bobby Orr! The Boston Bruins! Up the center, coming in as Lou. Newendike center net. And then scores! Manny McDonough! 5:10 left to play in the second. Here's Lemieux. The center penalty coming up. Look at Lemieux. Oh my heavens. What a goal. What a move. Lemieux
Like people, businesses have their journey, their path, sometimes straight, but more often evolving, growing, and adapting. And like people, businesses' needs change, creating the need for knowledge in areas like accounting, consulting, and tax. Areas critical to your continued growth and success, all part of the journey, and all part of what we do together with you. So that when your business has arrived, it's ready to keep going. MNP, wherever business takes you.
I think how it benefits the league is that it continues our mission of creating opportunities for women internationally. And you know, the CW also has a mandate to help grow the game in different ways. And so for us to be able to help the national team for 2022, the Beijing Olympics, is another opportunity for us to do exactly what we said many years ago when we said, you know, we believe that women's hockey is only going to grow if you put key people in places and professional people in places where those skills can be enhanced by playing with the best. And so when you see some of these North American and European players playing on the new Chinese Kumla team, you are going to see those players get better. And we see it all the time. Like Japan just won the Worlds in their division. 4 or 5 of them play in our league, and they're phenomenal, and I think they took that back. So I think it not just changes our league, I think it changes leagues across the world.
Tell me what you're thinking, are you even listening? I'm afraid of wasting this daylight. I'm already growing into the unknown. Here we are supposing it's alright. Maybe right here, maybe right now. I can beat anything.
Coach Jeff Flanagan of the Toronto Furies. Now, yesterday you guys fell short to Vanke. What were that mindset? What were some takeaways for focus for today's game?
One of the things we felt that we weren't prepared to play. I think that with a new team, we weren't sure what to expect, and we maybe came out a little flat. Third period, we played very well, but of course, if you don't score, it's pretty tough to win.
Now, different setting here. You guys are on the board going into the second. What were some keys to get on the board as you were held scoreless yesterday?
We made some adjustments to try and clog up the neutral zone because they've got a very quick team, and they were really eating us up coming through the middle of the ice. So we talked about that and how to fix that. We've also kind of adjusted how we're forechecking to get a better purchase on pucks that are loose or that we've 50-50 pucks. And girls have played really well so far. They've played tough. We're winning battles, which we didn't do so well yesterday. So it's so far so good.
Now you're up 1-0. What are the momentums and keys to keep that lead and further it going into the second and third period?
We definitely have to minimize their speed coming through the neutral zone, along with watching. They're very good at getting pucks back to their defense in the offensive zone, going D to D and getting a good shot. So we need to make sure that we're sticking tight to their D and taking those options away from them.
All right, thank you, Jeff. You're watching CWHL Live.
When I was 7, I wore these gloves. they held this stick. Well, these skates carried me over the blue line. We won the championship. And now, it's all yours. Cool. Oh, and this mouth guard. I'll get my own. Thanks.
The 5th season is when spirit for the game gets passed down. That's why we're proud to support over 5,000 teams.
Home is not just something you can see or touch. Home is a feeling. It's the place where you feel safe to have those little moments that mean everything. At ADT, we believe that feeling should always be there, whether it's at your house or your business. We help keep you safe so you can have those moments that make you feel at home wherever you are.
The thing that excites me the most about this collection is the fact that we're able to celebrate the diversity of the Canadian landscape. Our actual campaign really celebrates the beauty that Canada is.
To be with a brand that fully encourages women to reach their goals and their true abilities, that's something that's really special.
Welcome back to the MasterCard Center, hockey fans, as we get set to bring you the second period of play here in this CWHL live game between the Vanke Rays and the Toronto Furies. 20 minutes in the books so far, and it's the Furies with a 1-0 lead. We want to thank you for tuning in as this game is brought to you by Hilberg and Burke, and we want to take this opportunity to get to a few Twitter shoutouts, including Jessica Burgone, who's watching from Plaster Rock, New Brunswick, saying a rainy day can only mean one thing: hot chocolate and women's hockey. She's cheering on the Toronto Furies, praying that they get the win. Trevor Down tweeting us, longtime Furies fan, and we just got some numbers during the intermission. Over 92,000 people are tuning into this live stream. So we want to welcome all of you and thank you for tuning in, especially the fans in China who have taken quite the liking to the CWHL.
I guess this is pretty much Vanke's not inaugural game, but inaugural broadcast.
That's right, yes.
Put that into words. I know they played yesterday, but this is the first one broadcasted for them, so that's big as fans get a first taste as to what it's like.
Second period action underway here in the MasterCard Center. I'm Nico Cardarelli alongside Beth Clipper, and we've got the Toronto Furies and Vanke Rays underway here. Toronto skating left to right across your screens, wearing the blue with white trim, very reminiscent of the Maple Leafs jerseys, and Vanke with this puck in their bench wearing the white jerseys, a little bit of black and red trim. Vanke with a pretty good opening 20 minutes, but again, Beth, they would probably like to see a little more disciplined play on their own side, taking a couple penalties. Well, one penalty, but Toronto able to capitalize on the power play.
Yeah, for sure. They just need to tighten up on their PK. As they said, they got lucky yesterday, but alas, today they've gotten one by them. So they'll look to really answer back in this period here.
Janiga tries to feather it over. That one's knocked down, but they still have possession there, as that was Mercer who plays a high backhander off the glass. It's behind the net. Vanke center out in front. Small makes a couple of saves, and then the whistle goes while the puck was still loose. Couple Furies players take exception to the extra wax, and cooler heads will prevail here with the referees separating the players.
Yeah, just giving a few extra shoves after the whistle, just saying, hey, don't touch my goalie, get out of there, as Vanke was allowed just to get a few extra shots. So the puck was still loose, so maybe the Fury defense needed to just turn around and just clear that, so none of that happens. Sammy Drismall did a great job of just remaining cool and just keeping that puck to herself.
Of course, one of the original founders of the CWHL, Sammy Jo Small, still playing here for the Furies, this being her first start of the season, and so far she's backstopped her team to a 1-0 lead. Prevost brings the puck in there, just lost control as she approached the net, but still has it on her stick. Leaves it there for Saunders. Saunders feathers it in front, and that one redirected just wide of the far post by Fulton. Janiga first on it. She's checked closely as Vanke, tied up in their own zone, get the puck out to center ice here, and well, they'll just dump it down and get some changes here on the fly. Prevost first on it for the Furies. Nearly loses an edge in the far corner, but still comes up with it. Nice touch pass to Stewart. Shannon Stewart with the puck on her stick, tries to get around one defender, stops on a dime, centers out front. Williams with the shot, but that off a body and into the far corner.
There's a perfect opportunity right in there in the slot. That's what they're going to try to work on, just getting that pass out in front of the net and letting it go as quick as they can.
Ooh, Webster got whacked, and now she's going to be called for the retaliation. Fulton came across the middle of the ice and gave Webster a whack, knocking her down to her backside. And then from her backside, Webster took a one-handed slash at Fulton's feet. The referees caught the retaliation, but not the original infraction, and it'll be the Furies with a power play opportunity.
She's definitely upset about that one. She wanted it called on her end, and ended up not working out in her favor as she'll head to the box.
Well, and in all fairness, it probably should have been called. She was just skating through open ice, and Fulton came in and interfered with her, but she gets away with it, and now Fulton has the puck on the power play for the Furies. That shot bouncing in, but Chuli makes the save with traffic bearing down on her.
One of Vanke's keys going into this game was to be more disciplined. They had 8 penalties yesterday, so Coach Rob Morgan talked about trying to stay out of the box, although made many trips so far, as if they're going to make another one, actually.
So we're going to have a potential 5-on-3. It looks like one Furies player could be going to the box. Yeah, so we'll have offsetting minors here.
Neither player's happy about it, as she's letting the ref know. Just a couple extracurriculars out there in front of the net, and these refs aren't having any of it. They're calling everything.
So roughing the call against Vanke's Chinan Zhao, and it's Danielle Gagne in the box for the Furies. Those penalties will offset each other, so we should still have a 5-on-4 power play for the next minute 53 here.
The refs just letting the coaches know, and they were discussing probably to get on the same page as to what each one of them were calling and their views, as they've sent many players to the box so far, and the second period's only started.
Yeah, we've only played a minute 52 here in the second period, but not quite as open a pace as we had in the first. Already a number of infractions called here as the referees work out the details with the scorer's box just down below us. Get a look there at Kaylee Mercer for Vanke, Julie Allen in there for the Furies. It looks like we're just about set to get play going once again here. Again, you can connect with us on social media. Follow at the CWHL on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook for all the latest breaking news, scores, stats, and highlights, and everything CWHL related. Get in on the conversation today. All right, Brooke Beezer steps in to take the face-off. She's in there against Mercer. Mercer wins it back to the wall, and Players tie up for it. Beezer, Allen in there for the Furies, and it's out to the point where Fulton hammers it back. Allen back to the point. Saunders lets it fly. Good save by Truly. Puck glove down out to the point where Fulton controls it. Allen, stick handles, lets the shot fly right on, and Truly makes that look easy. Good position there for the Vanke goaltender.
What a shot that was. If you just put someone in front of Julie there and just take away your eyes, as that other goal went in that way, it takes away her eyes and she can't see anything. It makes it harder to make that save, but that was a great walk off the wall and another great shot. Just maybe pick a corner next time or look for a stick to tip that.
Well, Beezer in to take the draw here for the Furies, as Gagne's penalty has come off the big board.
It looks like they're struggling right now trying to get the scoreboard figured out, and the refs are all around, but...
Well, and this is a tricky board here in this facility. They have had issues in the past, so we'll proceed knowing that it's still 5-on-4 and $1.25 left in the original power play before we're back to even strength. Saunders, far side to Fulton. Steps around one, lets the shot go, and it goes wide of the net. Woods on it, rims it around the far side boards, but not enough mustard to clear the zone. Fulton tipped in front, twice tipped, still loose. Oh, somehow Truly gets a pad on it and keeps it out right on the doorstop. Haley Williams, but she couldn't get it past the goaltender.
As you can see there, Williams just had a couple whacks at it before she was taken out, and definitely frustrated, like she couldn't put that one in. It was a great opportunity there, as exactly what I was talking about, putting someone in front of the net to get that extra tip or even a rebound there and take away the goalie's eyes.
And full credit to the defenders, as both Rosaliva and Shin Fang end up crashing down there on Williams to ensure that she can't poke that past Truly. That puck up and out of play into the Furies bench. So we'll retake the face-off here inside Vanke territory with 59 seconds left on the power play.
Another good thing the Furies are doing is the defense are really getting those shots through, and those are key, especially on the power play. Nothing worse than a block shot.
Off the face-off, Vanke backhanded to the line, but not out. Kept in there by Stewart. She plays it down low to Dingledine, who gets it back to Stewart. Molson at the top of the point, receives the pass, plays it near side to Zubak. Zubak feeds it down to Dingledine in the near corner. Skates off the half wall, lets the shot fly, but that one was blocked. Good defensive effort there by Hu. Prevost with the puck, far side, over to Stewart. Feathers it in front to Molson, the one-timer just wide. Zubak, sharp angle shot, and Truly got a piece of that. But then she sort of lost track of the rebound there and was lucky no one could tap it past her.
Prevost tried to take a baseball swing at that one just to try to get it through.
Vanke pick off that pass, and with just 10 seconds left here on the power play, clear it down the ice. That'll just about do it for this advantage for the Furies, as Webster will get set to rejoin the play in 3, 2, 1. Back to five-a-side hockey as Prevost brings it across the blue line into the far corner. She's checked closely by Woods, so she'll dump it off to Dingledine. Dingledine feathered in front, Truly got a piece of that, and then it bounces out to the top of the circles and now out to center ice, where Gaskin controls it. The Furies making changes on the fly there. A little bit fortunate they didn't have too many skaters on the ice. Play continues up here as Webster brings it into the zone. She's checked closely by Williams, and that dispossesses the puck from the Vanke forward. The Furies will lift that one down the ice. They bring that one in offside with 15:39 to play in the period, and with Gagne and Zhao back out of the box. So the coincidental penalties now over as well.
I'm sure both coaches have told their teams they want to keep them out of the box for remainder of the game, if anything, as both teams have made many trips there.
Off the face-off, Vanke control puck possession as they play it up for Bunton. She's checked closely, tries to get around Gaskin. Still with the puck on her stick. Nice job there by Bunton, and now she's finally wrestled down with Saunders getting it away from her. Delaney can't get around the Vanke defender. Causes the turnover, though, and feathers it just wide for Beezer. Beezer stops on a dime behind the net. She's checked closely there as he was checking Beezer. Teams battling for possession. Williams can't corral it. puck now whacked out to center ice, and it'll be Platt on it for Toronto. Delaney makes the pass over to Arambaru. That backhander goes wide of the net. Puck's still loose, and now it'll be scooped up by Vanke's Shinhu.
Vanke really struggling to break out here and get down to the other end as Toronto's just applied great pressure and kept the puck down low.
14:35 remaining in the period. Platt picks it off again, and again the shot from distance turned away by Truly. As Beth mentioned, Vanke really stalling on the breakout. Now they get it out to center ice and across the blue line, led by Woods. Woods, her shot turned away by the stick of Small. Bunton in there. She can't come up with clean possession, so it'll be Zhao coming up with it for Vanke. That long pass picked off, and Ella Stewart brings it across the blue line. She's checked closely, so she'll drop it off. There's a bouncer that got turned away by the stick of Truly.
Toronto looks like they're just throwing anything and everything on net, trying to get that rebound and crashing hard to the net to pick up and put it by Truly.
Yeah, Truly's made a number of good saves, but she's also looked a little shaky at times, so you have to think that strategy for Toronto, just put the puck on net. Eventually it'll pay off. Now they've got to defend as Webster brings it across. Tried to let the shot go. It was deflected wide of the net. She still has the puck, though. Webster plays it back to the point. That one's blocked. And a good job by the Vanke defender to hold the line there. That was Shinhu. Prevost makes the pass to Arambaru. She's checked closely and never ends up getting the puck cleanly. So Vanke have a chance to spring this long break as Fang lets that shot go, but right to the glove hand of Sammy Jo Small. And we'll get a face-off with 13:09 left in the period.
Toronto looked like they're getting caught on that long change as players were just exhausted, trying to get to the bench, and Vanke were looking for that stretch pass to send it down the ice to catch them sleeping and gain that offensive advantage, and it almost worked in their favor as now they have an offensive face-off.
Off the face-off, the Furies battle for possession as Gaskins check closely into the far corner where it's pinned up along the boards. Nice job by Vanke as they hold it in. Brickleyuk doing the yeoman's work there for Vanke. Dingle-Dean comes up with it along the back wall. They get it to the blue line, but not out. Bouncing puck. Neither team can corral it cleanly. Now Vanke have it. Shin Fong lets the shot fly, and that one didn't miss by much. Back to the point where it's held in by Ho. Ho plays it off the boards, and Dingle-Dean picks it off, so a chance for Toronto to break out the other way. Allen leaves it for Dingle-Dean. She's checked closely there as Shinhu doing some good defensive work for Vanke. They get the puck to the far corner where Julie Allen does well to tie up her defender. Who comes up with it, makes the pass, and now Vanke will switch it near side. Mercer brings it across center ice, hits the blue line. Mercer lets the shot fly, and that one into the skates of Gaskin. Centered in front, that one's picked off by Allen, and now a chance for Toronto to good stretch pass just out of the reach of Zubak, who was defended well by Vanke. Otherwise, Zubak would have been in clear all alone. Saunders reads that play. Tees up the big slap shot. Better glove save there by Chuli. But again, Beth, a little bit of lazy puck possession by Vanke is leading to turnovers and chances for the Furies in transition.
Yeah, that was a great step up by Saunders. Anytime a D can take that pass away and turn it into an offensive play, take full advantage and just go down, as Toronto's done that many of times, and Vanke's getting lazy with their passes.
Well, they'll try have a cleaner breakout here as skating it up is Jiang. She tries to get it over to Webster. Webster, fleet of foot, gets to that loose puck. There's a shot from distance, goes wide of the net. Webster comes up with it, back to the point. One-timer, that's tipped in front. Jiang tries to poke it past Small, but the Toronto goaltender gets the better of the Vanke shooter that time. 11:14 remaining in the period. Toronto maintains a 1-0 lead here as Woods, forechecking, nearly causes the turnover. Toronto stalled here on the breakout. They'll have some room to skate now, led by Sydney Kidd. Kidd brings it across the blue line. Poke check dispossesses her of the puck, and now a chance for Vanke the other way. Shin Fong tries to split the defenders, taking on 3 Toronto Furies, and just as she got to the net, ran out of space.
Look at the speed on Prevost up and down the line here.
Yeah, she can fly, and there she takes a one-handed backhander that didn't miss by much. Puck kept in at the point. Platt settles the rolling puck, lets it fly well wide of the goal and just out of the reach of Ella Stewart, so the Furies will start up again between the blue lines. Platt dumps this one in. Chuli out of her net to play it. Leaves it for her defender. Brickelyuk comes up with it as she's got room to skate here for Vanke. And they give her even more space to skate. Ashley Brickelyuk just has it poked away there by Stewart.
They definitely gave her room to come in there. The defense set that gap really big, and she just was able to skate that puck right in and try to gain an offensive, although it was broken up.
Yeah, good recognition to take that open lane and skate it right through the zone, but again, in the end, nothing doing. Vanke trailing here 1-0 as we're past the midway point of the second period. Shannon Stewart teased that one up. It goes wide of the net and kept in the zone for the time being by the Furies. Brickelyuk, who had that great rush moments ago for Vanke, creates a long stretch pass that's tipped into the zone. Small out of her net to play it. Puck tied up along the backboards behind the Furies goal, and now it squirts loose back to the point. Just around the defender, Julie Allen gets around Zhao, and here comes Zubak. Zubak drops it for Dingledine, one-timer. Just missed on that. Great chance there for the Furies, but they can't capitalize on the rush with numbers.
This Toronto team's just getting so many shots through, and they're looking for that slot and just letting it go, as there's another chance right there.
A great chance for Julie Allen, and
she's just beating herself up about that one. She was like, oh, I just shot it right at her. But they are doing a great job of getting those shots through and making those quick passes last minute right out in front of the net. But Julie's been dominant, denying every single time. As you can see there, just jumps on the rebound right away. Here's Allen grabbing her head. Just upset.
Well, and great positioning there by Chuli, despite already being down on her knees, still staying big, getting that blocker arm up, and making that tremendous save on Julie Allen. There remains a 1-0 lead here for the Furies as they battle against the Vanke Rays. Toronto coming up with the puck at center ice. They'll dump that one in, a bouncer, which Chuli had to be careful with, and it'll be Brickelyuk skating it out from the far corner. She's got a long stretch pass option and just into the skates of Jiang. Otherwise, she could have been off to the races. Yui Ho first on it there for Vanke. They poke it around the far boards and out to center ice. You gotta like that foot speed there from Bowen Jiang. She's so quick out there for Vanke, just closing down opponents when there seems to be a lot of space. She takes it away. Brickelyuk skates it. Oh, she turns it over. Williams comes up with it. Gets around one. Weak backhander that got turned away by the mask of Chuli. And again, a bit of a weak breakout by Vanke leads to a turnover and a chance for the Furies. Vanke trying to create some offense of their own. Woods, her shot off a skate, misses the net, and it'll be picked up by Platt.
Vanke just looks really exhausted right now, as they've only, looks like they only have 4 defense on their bench, and as you can tell, the breakouts just aren't as crisp as they want it to be, and Toronto's taking advantage of that.
Well, they're missing a couple players from the lineup today, and as the Furies feather that one in front, the stick of Chuli knocks it away. An already shorter bench. We'll have to see if fatigue becomes a factor as this game goes on. As that shot, great rip there by Shin Fang, and just missed the top of the net. Changes on the fly. It'll be Vanke coming up with a loose puck. They'll dump that one in. Not too deep, though, as the Furies hammer it right back down the ice. No icing here, with 7 minutes even remaining in the second period.
Chuli was calling for that icing. She really wanted it, as her players definitely need to take a breath here and just relax and relapse.
Emily Janiga tries to feather it through. Nothing doing there. They still have possession as Mercer with the puck has it poked away from her, and now it's scooped up by Julie Allen. Allen brings it across the blue line for the Furies. Stick handles, tries to split the D, and just loses sight of the puck. Mercer receives that touch pass. She'll bring it across the blue line here for Vanke. There's a shot right on, and Small gets big to make that save.
Small hasn't been tested too much this period, so that'll be the first one in a while, as she just gobbles that one up and makes the easy save.
6:28 to play here in the second period as Dingeldine steps in to take the draw for the Furies. Vanke win it at the point. Oliva, her shot ends up being knocked down, and Zubak battles there against Rosaliva. They finally get it out, and Vanke will start up again here. Bunton has it just skip away from her stick. Zubak backhands it behind the Furies' net, where they lose possession. Vanke battling behind the goal, trying to get a centering pass. Webster comes up with it. Webster feeds it in front, intended for Zhao, but that out of her reach. And now the Furies flip this down the ice. It'll be a foot race between Zubak and Oliva gets to that one first. Webster just runs out of real estate there. Vanke still with possession. Oh, nice job by Julie Allen to take it away. Williams in a foot race against Zhao. Williams gets to it first, tries to cut tight to the net and center it in front, nothing doing, and then cleared out of the reach of Kidd.
The Furies are really just clogging up the neutral zone, as Coach Jeff Flanagan said in the interview. That's what they want to do. That's what they're trying to do. Just make sure they don't get those passes through, and you can really see them stepping up and taking their passes away and not giving them any options.
Far side pass connects with Woods. Woods lets the shot fly. Blocker saved by Small. And now a chance for Toronto in transition, led by Williams. Williams in there all alone right now. She needs some support as she's checked closely by her defender, and Vanke quickly get the puck up the ice as Xin Fang had it just out of her reach. Fang there on the forecheck, creating all sorts of issues, and Kong gives her teammates some support. Toronto cleared to center ice, but no further as Brickleyuk comes up with it. Nice job to get around one. Holds the line as they go in onside. Fang has it at the hash marks. Tries to feed it down low. That one's picked off, and now Prevost knocks it to herself off the boards. Carolyn Prevost, room to skate. Backhands it, and that one's turned away by the glove hand of Truly. You could see that she wanted to cut into the net, but she never got that lane. Toronto causes the turnover. Fulton, toe drag, lets the shot fly in again. Truly bails out her defenders, making a good save.
Fulton loves that toe drag, and it's really been successful for her so far, and she just pulls it by them and lets the shot go, and it's really been an asset gaining offense. But yeah, as you mentioned, Prevost, she wanted to cut in, but there's just too much traffic and opted for the backhand as she's just great at cutting wide to the net.
Well, there we get a look at that toe drag chance from Emily Fulton, and with the Furies having possession here, bouncing puck knocked away in front. Full credit to Yue Hu for getting the defensive positioning on Prevost and not allowing her to cut to the net. But now Vanke having to defend here. Furies with possession. Shot from the point. That one screeches wide of the goal. Kept in here by Platt. Just holds it in. Bookmark that if they can capitalize. Oliva, she's checked closely. Gets the pass to Mercer, and here comes Bunton with room to skate for Vanke. Bunton drops it for Mercer just away from her. Janiga comes up with it. Plays it down low to Mercer. Mercer steps out of the corner. Brickleyuk centers in front, and that one trickles just wide of the near post.
A lot of traffic in front of the net. As a little scary when you get that many bodies in front and hard to keep track of the puck.
Zhao digging away for it in the corner, ends up getting away from her, and now Toronto get it up to Emily Fulton, who brings it across the blue line. Fulton, she's in there all alone, tries to cut through a couple defenders, and well, with no support, predictably she ends up losing the puck, and here comes Vanke in transition. He lets that shot fly. That one's turned away. Shinhu in there trying to battle against Gaskin, and it's Gaskin who comes up with the puck. That one lifted off the glass to the blue line, but on second effort, Dingeldine gets it out. Dingeldine brings it in here for Toronto, cuts into the middle, tries to feather it back in front. Allen got the touch, but Vanke's goaltender Truly gets a big pad save to keep this at a one-goal game. Zubak, she'll hammer that one into the zone as Brickleyuk comes up with it. She fires that one into the bench as Toronto making some changes, and Dingeldine just laughs it off. But we'll have a face-off with 2:19 to play here in the second period. Well, you get a look at Ashley Brickleyuk there for the Vanke Rays. and her defensive teammate, Yue Ho. Ho's had a pretty good game here for Vanke. We talked about her positioning up against Prevost, and she's created some offensive opportunities as well. We'll keep an eye for those two to make an impact in this one for Vanke. Zhao, they play it up as Fong drops that puck. Hu has it taken away from her, and here comes Molson for the Furies. Beezer will direct that rolling puck right in on net, and with traffic bearing down, Chuli has to hold it for the faceoff. $1:55 left to play here in the second period of play. It's the Toronto Furies with a 1-0 lead over the Vanke Rays. You're watching on CWHL Live.
Toronto's just been the one who's been dominant here in this period as they've gotten so many looks on this offensive zone. Vanke really battling back as they have a short bench, but they're doing all they can.
With the puck at center ice, Vanke strip it away from the Furies. Here comes Bunton. Lets the shot fly. Big rebound after Sammy Jo Small made the initial save, and Hannah Bunton nor any of her teammates there to capitalize on the second chance. Well, they tried to chip it up to Stewart there as Shannon Stewart would have been off to the races, but Vanke read it well and broke it up. Kaylee Mercer cuts into the middle. Far side pass to Bunton. Back to the point, nice touch pass. There's the one-timer. Bouncing puck, which Small made the save on. Brickleyuk shot, that one never made it through. Shin Hu got the one-timer from the point, which challenged Small, but she covered the bottom of the net well and turned that aside. 60 seconds remaining here in the second period. Long pass, Mercer corrals it, gets it to Webster. Webster cuts through the middle. Pass for Bunton, big save, rebound still loose in front, and dropping the stick and using her blocker to cover it. Sammy Jo Small ends up keeping that puck out. But it was Woods Brooke Webster who ends up in the back of the net, not the puck. We'll see it here on the replay.
Yeah, there wasn't much else where the puck could go other than into her pad. If you pull it out, there's so many people. Although Toronto did get a penalty on that play, as you can see Stewart going to the box here.
Yeah, I think it was for that shove that knocked Webster into the goal at the end of that sequence. So Ella Stewart shakes her head, not happy about the call, but for Vanke, a big power play opportunity here in the final moments of the second period.
Exactly. They'll pretty much get half of the penalty over, and then they'll be able to draw something up in the room and really play to their advantage coming into the third period, as this is a big opportunity for them. First and last minute of each period's always a big momentum changer.
46.4 seconds left here in the second period of play. It's going to be Emma Woods stepping in to take the face-off for Vanke, and it'll be Emily Fulton for the Furies. Brickleyuk and Mercer at the point. Mercer gets it to Brickleyuk. They feed it down low. There's the shot, and they score on the power play. It took them just 6 seconds on the power play, but the Vanke Rays capitalize, and it's Hannah Bunton getting the power play marker. Tajing Chola, she shoots, she scores. We're all tied up at 1.
And it was Bunton yesterday getting the first one of the goals for the Vanke Rays, as she has her second on the year. So 2 goals in 2 games. Pretty impressive stats so far.
So Vanke capitalized on the power play. They won't need to draw up a play in the intermission because it took them just 6 seconds to score on the power play, and they want more. They bring it in here. There's a shot right on, and Small somehow keeps that one out. Oh, what a scramble in front, but the veteran goaltender ends up with the puck underneath her and freezes it with 26.9 seconds left. Beth, let's get another look at that chance.
Yeah, Sammy Jo Small did a great job as she watched the puck the whole time, watched the player with her eyes, followed the puck, and she dove down and just took that advantage away as she's being attended to. It looks like something with her pads right now, but no injuries.
No, just a little bit of an equipment issue there for the veteran goaltender, as we get a look at the power play goal here for Vanke.
There's that great cross-ice pass. She just turns, opens up, and lets that shot go and catches her on the blocker side. This is a great momentum changer for Vanke.
A sniper shot ties this one at 1. Hannah Bunton getting the power play marker for Vanke. Off the face-off, the Rays win the draw. Over to the far boards where Mercer battles for it. So Mercer and Brickleyook draw assists on the goal from Bunton. A power play marker as we've got 10 seconds remaining in the period. Bunton steps around the defender, lets the shot fly, and she scores, but no, they wave it off. This is going to be goaltender interference. No goal and a penalty coming against Vanke. The referees immediately wave this one off, and we'll get a look at the replay in a few moments, but you could see that Sammy Jo Small was swimming because she got bowled over, and the right call made here. Let's have another look at this. Would have
Bunton
been
with it,
goal.
walks in, walks around the defender. What a great play there, and just lets it go. Although Sammy Jo Small was infracted with, it'll be Emma Woods in the box for that one, as you can see there, but Vanke was so fired up. They thought they had another one, especially for Hannah Bunton. It would have been her second of the game. Although just 5 seconds left. Now it'll be Toronto on the power play as they look to answer back.
They had a couple too many skaters out there. They had about 7 players ready to take that face-off. Finally, they get it sorted out. And with time winding down, that'll do it here for the second period of play. But we'll start the third period with the Toronto Furies power play. They'll have a $1.54 on the power play to try regain the lead here as Vanke tie this game in the final minute here of the second period. So after 40 minutes of play, with the shots being 26-22 in favor of Vanke, it's the Rays tying things up here on the power play, courtesy Hannah Bunton. We've got some intermission interviews coming up in just a few moments. Stay tuned. You're watching the CWHL Live. 40 minutes in the books. It's a 1-1 scoreline between the Vanke Rays and the Toronto Furies.
Vanke from loose puck. Who scores? Trying to go the other way. Davis in front for Jessica Campbell, who scores.
Goal scorer Hannah Bunton. Now you got a goal yesterday, you got a goal today. What kind of momentum does it bring your team, especially going into the second period here, the third period?
Yeah, we needed a lot of momentum. Things weren't really going our way the first 2 periods, so going into the third with that goal at the end of the period is going to help us a lot.
Now you're going into the third period with the power play. What is something you guys need to take account for? As you made many trips to the box, what is something to focus on your penalty kill here?
We definitely just need to block shots on the penalty kill, and vice versa on the power play. We need to get the puck to the net.
Now you guys played Toronto yesterday, so you had a feel for them. What was the mindset coming in today's game, coming off a big win, your first one of the season, playing your second game? What was some focus for today's game?
Yeah, we definitely needed to play the same way that we did yesterday. We came out a little flat-footed, so getting some energy at the end of that second will definitely help us for the third period.
Awesome. Thank you, Hannah. You're watching CWHL Live.
Kimmy, you do know that there's only 4 seasons, right?
Then how do you explain the way kids wish away the summer because we can't wait to play in the fall? Or how teammates often become best mates? Or how families happily vacation in Winnipeg in January because that's where the tournament is? So you see, Miss Woods, there is a 5th season, and it's the best season in Canada.
So you're talking about hockey?
Oh, it's more than just hockey, Miss Woods.
Scotiabank is proud to support over 5,000 teams in Canada's 5th season.
just something you can see or touch. Home is a feeling. It's the place where you feel safe to have those little moments that mean everything. At AVT, we believe that feeling should always be there. Whether it's at your house or your business, we help keep you safe so you can have those moments that make you feel at home. Wherever you are.
Like people, businesses have their journey, their path, sometimes straight, but more often evolving, growing, and adapting. And like people, businesses' needs change, creating the need for knowledge in areas like accounting, consulting, and tax. Areas critical to your continued growth and success, all part of the journey, and all part of what we do together with you. So that when your business has arrived, it's ready to keep going. MNP, wherever business takes you.
When I was 7, I wore these gloves. They held this stick. Well, these skates carried me over the blue line. We won the championship, and now it's all yours. Cool. Oh, and this mouth guard. I'll get my own. Thanks.
The 5th season is when spirit for the game gets passed down. That's why we're proud to support over 5,000 teams.
I'm here with Toronto Furies fan Haley. Now, Haley, you went to the game yesterday. What do you feel the difference is today? Toronto lost, and today it's a tied. So what do you think of the game so far?
Honestly, the team just looks like they've come out a little stronger today. Yesterday they kind of looked a little listless, but they definitely look a lot better today, and I love it.
Now, how do you feel about this expansion? 2 teams in China. How do you feel it's grown this league? And as a fan, you get more teams to watch. What do you think of that?
I think it's pretty cool. I mean, it's added more to the schedule, which I enjoy, and it's very cool that they're in China. I mean, you don't get anything like that even with the NHL, so it's a very cool experience for everyone.
Yeah, it definitely is. Now, it's 1-1. What do you think Toronto needs to do to get on the scoreboard and get that W tonight?
Push offensively and just, back check properly to help out your goalie.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Haley. You're watching CWHL Live.
I think how it benefits the league is that it continues our mission of creating opportunities for women internationally. And the CW also has a mandate to help grow the game in different ways. And so for us to be able to help the national team for 2022, the Beijing Olympics, is another opportunity for us to do exactly what we said many years ago when we said, we believe that women's hockey is only going to grow if you put key people in places and professional people in places where those skills can be enhanced by playing with the best. And so when you see some of these North American and European players playing on the new Chinese Kumla team, you are going to see those players get better. And we see it all the time. Like Japan just won the Worlds in their division. 4 or 5 of them play in our league, and they're phenomenal, and I think they took that back. So I think it not just changes our league, I think it changes leagues across the world.
The thing that excites me the most about this collection is the fact that we're able to celebrate the diversity of the Canadian landscape. Our actual campaign really celebrates the beauty that Canada is.
To be with a brand that fully encourages women to reach their goals and their true abilities, that's something that's really special.
Takes a shot, and it's a no-goal. Westfall passes it to Sanderson, who passes it to Bobby Orr.
Tried a shot that was wide, and Keenan cleared it, but not out. Bobby Orr behind the net to Sanderson. Orr! Bobby Orr! To the Boston Bruins! Up the center, coming in as Lou. Gillendyke center net. And that scores! Danny McDonald! 5:10 left to play in the second. Here's Lemieux. The center penalty coming out. Look at Lemieux. Oh, my heavens. What a goal. What a move. Lemieux. Oh, baby. Here's a shot. Henderson made a wild grab for it and fell. Here's another shot. Right by the door. Henderson has scored for Canada.
And the crowd goes wild.
The Stars will shine bright in Montreal. Back-to-back Clemson Cup champions.
Toronto goal scored by number 25, Tessa Bonhomme.
Final 5 seconds. Montreal, your reign is over. Blades of glory. Boston, you've won the Clarkson Cup.
Now Fortino across the blue line.
got her head looking at the net. Oh, and she beats Levante with that one. For Laura Fortino, that's her first goal in the CWHL.
For the first time in Calgary Inferno franchise history, they are Clarkson Cup champions.
Tell me what you're thinking. Are you even listening? I'm afraid of wasting this daylight. I'm already growing into the unknown. Here we are supposing it's alright. Maybe right here, maybe right now. I can be anything. I'm ready to go. I think I'm ready to be. I think I'm ready to show that I'm no ordinary. I think I'm ready to know. Don't need the world to believe. Right now I'm ready to show that I'm no ordinary. You can keep your reasons. We're the real dreamers and we can figure it all out. We can figure it all out for ourselves. I don't wanna wake up. I don't wanna wake up staring at a sunrise that I don't believe in. I think I'm ready to go. I think I'm ready to be. I think I'm ready to show that I'm no.
Kimmy, you do know that there's only 4 seasons, right?
Then how do you explain the way kids wish away the summer because we can't wait to play in the fall? Or how teammates often become best mates? Or how families happily vacation in Winnipeg in January because that's where the tournament is? So you see, Miss Woods, there is a 5th season, and it's the best season in Canada.
So you're talking about hockey.
Oh, it's more than just hockey, Miss Woods.
Scotiabank is proud to support over 5,000 teams in Canada's 5th season.
Vanke from loose puck. Who scores? Trying to go the other way. Davis in front for Jessica Campbell, who scores.
Two periods in the books here at the MasterCard Center, and we're all tied up at 1 in this game between the Vanke Rays and the Toronto Furies. You're watching CWHL Live, empowered by Hilberg and Burke. I'm Nico Cardarelli, joined up here in our booth by Beth Clipper. And Beth, I just had an opportunity to check the out-of-town scoreboard. 2 other games going on today in the CWHL. Kunlun Red Star and the Calgary Inferno just getting underway, so that's 0-0. And congratulations to Kunlun on getting their first CWHL win last night, a big moment for them.
Yeah, it was a buzzer beater too, I heard, so that was very exciting for them.
Well, and speaking of buzzer beaters, the other game going on is the Markham Thunder and the Montreal Les Canadiens, and Markham tying it on a buzzer-beating goal to force this one to overtime. So goaltender of the week, Liz Knox, backstopping her team to a 2-2 tie as they get set to enter OT just down the 401 in Markham.
So a lot of exciting things happening today as we're knotted up at ones, and Toronto's going to start on the power play here, so a lot of momentum and something to prove right now as both teams look for their second win of the season.
Shots through 40 minutes of play favoring the Vanke Rays, totaling 26-25, but as Beth just alluded to, the Furies will open up the third period with 1:54 of power play time, and with that advantage, they're going to want to try to get some pucks past that woman right there, Elaine Truly.
She's been dominant. Yesterday, she only had to make 23 saves. Today, already up in that number just by a little bit. But yesterday, it was Vanke who was leading with, they had 39 shots, so they definitely got a lot of pucks through.
Well, the team's just about set as we get ready to get this third period underway. Before we get the action going, we want to remind you to connect with the CWHL and other fans by following at the CWHL on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Tweet us at the CWHL, or you can tweet Beth and I at Beth Clipper or at Bro Behind the Mic, and we'll get to some Twitter shout-outs before the end of today's broadcast. And again, we want to give a special thanks to all the fans in China who are tuning in to today's game.
Wait and get things sorted out before a puck drop here. We've got an exciting third period underway.
It's the Toronto Furies who will be skating from right to left, wearing those blue home jerseys, a little bit of white trim. And the Vanke Rays who will skate this third period left to right across your screen. They'll start the third period shorthanded with Emma Woods in the box. So we'll see if Vanke can kill off the rest of this penalty. As we get set for the third period puck drop, you're watching CWHL Live, empowered by Hilberg and Burke. And we're underway here in the third period of play from the MasterCard Center in Toronto. Shannon Stewart controls the puck, leaves it for Shannon Molson as the two will quarterback the blue line here on the power play for the Furies. Near side pass to Prevost. She's got speed, drops it to Dingledine. Shot right on, big save, big rebound. They tried the wraparound play, nothing doing. Puck kept in at the line by Molson. Good save there by Truly. Cross ice pass. There's the shot by Zubak and right into the glove of Truly. So a good start here for the Vanke goaltender.
That was a great offensive chance right there by Toronto. Prevost again driving the line, drops it back for that slot and just lets it go, but Vanke's been dominant so far in their goaltending.
Truly making a couple of big stops as we played 30 seconds here in the third period. $1:20 left on the Toronto power play. Molson with the puck at the point. Stick handles, plays it far side. As that's Zubak. She steps around one, backhands it towards the net. Never made it on goal, and now a chance for Vanke to clear the zone. They can't. Kept in by Molson. Far side, Dingledine tries to toe the line. She ends up taking a check for her efforts as Shannon Stewart plays it back to the point for Molson. Molson feathers it through, redirected just wide. They tap it just past the post as Prevost had prime positioning in the slot there. Prevost still with the puck on her stick, near side to Stewart. Far side, and they tap it in. What a beauty! Tic-tac-toe, Prevost, Stewart, Dingledine, and the Furies take a 2-1 lead on the power play.
What a beautiful goal that was by Dingledine. She was just sitting backdoor waiting for that one-timer. As we'll just wait for the replay. There it is. Passes it over. Everyone's shifting, eyes towards her. Dingledine's wide open. Goes down on that knee and just snipes it top shelf. What a goal. What a moment for Toronto as they take the lead right now, and it'll be a big momentum gainer.
So all three goals so far in this contest coming courtesy special teams on the power play. But for the Furies, a big one as they regain the lead here. It's 2-1 Toronto. No chance for Elaine Truly on that last goal. Perfect execution there by Dingledine and company for the Furies as we await the official goal announcement. But Dingledine should get credit on that power play marker as we've got an icing call here against Vanke with 18:21 to go in the third.
That was just a huge goal for them. Their power play has really been dominant here tonight as they've taken full advantage on there. And as you see it again, just drops and goes bar down with the shot. And all the girls are fired up as they hope to keep this lead.
You can't draw it up much better than that. Perfect execution from the Furies on the power play. They have a 2-1 lead here. And here's the goal announcement. So Molson gets her second point of the game. And for the Furies, they regain the 2-1 lead. Zubak's shot wide. Dingledine picks it up with the puck on her stick. She stick handles, passes it back to the point for Ella Stewart. There's the far side pass for Zubak, whose one-timer ends up off the backboards and in the glove of Chuli.
They went for that similar look as to what Dingledine just did. And actually her first goal of the season, so that's exciting for her. As only two other players have scored, that being Fulton and Zubak, so more depth in the scoring so far for this Fury team.
After being shut out yesterday, you know that they were going to try come back with more pucks on goal today, and so far the Furies have done well. Here they've got to defend, though, as Vanke nearly creates some havoc off the end boards. It's picked up now by the big defender, John, but we're going to have a penalty behind the play. Rosaliva, she's going to be called for hooking, so the Furies will go right back to the power play. And, well, we talked to head coach Rob Morgan, and he was frustrated with their lack of discipline. I'm sure he won't be too happy about that call.
And it's another stick infraction, and he mentioned that he had a lot of those yesterday. So Toronto again going to the power play. Dingledine's out there, so she'll be looking for another one. Vanke will have to keep aware as that back door, they left it wide open. Everyone just got caught puck watching last time.
We'll see if they can defend with better results here on this power play. Toronto 2 for 3 with the advantage this afternoon as Brickleyook tries to hammer it around the boards, kept in by Prevost. Prevost skates it behind the net, centers out front. Zubak back to the point for Molson. Molson thought about the shot, plays it to Stewart, tipped in front by Prevost, but over top the net. That puck gets past Shannon Molson and down the ice where Sammy Jo Small has to come out of her net to play it with Emma Woods crashing down on her. Stewart picks it up, tries to get around Webster, nothing doing. That's a turnover and maybe a shorthanded chance there for Webster, which gets turned away by Small.
Webster just applying so much pressure, causing 2 turnovers there.
And her second chance there after she stripped Prevost of the puck gave Small a little more of a challenge, but again turned away. Bunton brings it in now, shorthanded for Vanke. Tipped right in front. Great kick save there by Small.
She just caught that puck there. That was great. Vanke tried to play a sneaky play there, just passing it through and get that extra redirect.
Nearly worked out, but a great reflex save by Sammy Jo Small. And even though they're shorthanded, Vanke has had the majority of puck possession here on this Furies power play.
Yeah, exactly. You never know right now that they're shorthanded. They're really working out there.
On one of their 3 goals yesterday coming of the shorthanded variety, so they've established that they can create an offense despite being down a player. We'll see if they can make something happen here. Nice job by Zhao to get around a couple of defenders. Zhao has room to skate. She brings it across the blue line. Zhao still with room, takes the shot right on, and the glove hand of Sammy Jo Small snags that one with 16 seconds left on the Furies power play.
Well, we heard that this Vanke team is really great skaters, and as you can see it there, pretty much just walked up the whole ice using that great footwork and puck control, and just, again, got another opportunity shorthanded for this Vanke team.
Really been impressed with the play of China and Zhao for Vanke. She had that last chance there, number 88. She's been great at both ends of the ice. There off the face-off, the rolling puck turned away by Small. Again, Toronto with the power play here, but it's been a pretty powerless power play as Vanke have created short-handed chance after short-handed chance. They're just about set. Here we're back to 5-a-side now, and they should be going to the power play as Molson ran over her player Jin Fong ends up taking a big hit, but it ends up being a power play for Vanke as Molson will go to the box.
Molson just making sure she's okay after that hit, showing good sportsmanship there. Wasn't totally intentional, but just tried to get the puck away and gave her a little bit too extra of a nudge and headed to the box as now Vanke will have some looks on the power play, see if they can be successful tonight.
And it'll be Brooke Webster out there to take the draw for Vanke. She's in there against Prevost. The two battle for puck possession, and it's out to the point for the Rays as Mercer comes up with it. Mercer tees up that shot. Oh, that smirch. Saunders got a piece of that one. She has to shake off that block. Mercer shields it from a checker, brings it back into the zone, feathers it far side for Woods. Woods checked closely by Fulton, so she spins away from that check. Plays it down low behind the net for Bunton, who's got the lone goal right now for Vanke. Again, all 3 goals in this coming on the power play. Woods near side to Mercer, back to the point. Brickeliuk takes a couple steps in, spins away from Fulton, plays it near side to Mercer, but out of her reach and out of the zone. With 1:10 left on the power play, Vanke turn it over. Here comes Prevost into the zone, shorthanded. Prevost doing a good job, shorthanded on the forecheck, comes away with the puck, tries to split the D, but Bunton gets it away from her.
This is Vanke's North American import line here as their power play, as they have 2 different.
Mercer cuts in, gets the shot away, ends up going wide. And a good chance there for that North American unit as head coach Rob Morgan will try get some changes here to bring out the Chinese unit, which will be led by Emily Janinga. She tries to cut past around Kidd, nothing doing there. Still with the puck, plays it over to Kong. Minghu Kong plays it back to the line for Zhou. Zhou ends up getting it back to Kong. Back to the line. Zhou tees up that shot, and that one's blocked by Julie Allen. Puck stays in the zone. 20 seconds still left on the power play. Kong, she lets that shot pass fly. She was actually trying to find a teammate creeping into the back door, but nothing doing.
Both teams looking to work that back door in their power play.
Stepping in from the point, Oliva keeps this one in. Zhang plays it near side now for Fong. Fong has it just out of her reach, and Molson set to rejoin the play, so Vanke unable to capitalize on that power play. They still have the puck within the Fury zone. Vanke now 1 for 5 with the power play. As Oliva scoops up that loose puck, she plays it into the corner. Kong, she's checked closely. Minghu Kong ends up being hammered down there, and the Furies showing some lack of discipline. It is actually Emily Janinga who is wrestled down, and the Furies will be penalized. Heading to the box there is going to be Sydney Kidd, sitting for 2 or less.
Yeah, both teams have taken, again, many trips to this penalty box. Toronto's penalties, more of the infractions have been more body contact, as Vanke's have been more stick infractions and those hooking and tripping penalties. So far, it's been a pretty aggressive game and hasn't been much 5-on-5 hockey, actually.
No, it's been a game dominated by special teams play. Again, all 3 goals coming on the power play so far, and Vanke with the advantage here. Again, they put the North American unit out. Centered in front, puck sitting there in the blue ice. It's still loose, and it's behind the net where Vanke corral it. Webster has it on her stick. Back to the point, Brickeliuk, she's checked closely by Prevost. Steps around the defender and drops it off. That shot attempt off a stick up and out of play, so the face-off to remain in Toronto territory as Woods let that shot fly. I get a look at Brooke Webster there on the monitor for the Vanke Rays, and she's been really great out there for Vanke, creating all sorts of offense and winning big face-offs.
Yeah, as Coach mentioned, a lot of these girls have just come off NCAA teams, so they're fresh out of playing season and just ready to get a new season started.
Mercer creeps in, top of the circles, makes the pass back. Bouncing puck, Beezer checks Woods closely, but Woods does a good job to get it back to her teammate at the point. Brickeliuk near side to Mercer. Mercer cuts into the middle, trading places with her defensive partner. Mercer drops it to Woods. Woods tees it up. Big save, big rebound. Teams battling for possession, and it's Vanke who come up with it. 1:03 left on the power play for the Rays. Brickleyuk plays it down low to Bunton. Mercer thought about the shot, plays it back out top. Brickleyuk, her shot, that one's blocked. And now Shannon Molson, just not enough left in the tank there to get to that loose puck. That's a long shift for Molson. After making a blocked shot, she gets a well-earned rest heading over to the bench.
Toronto did a great job of taking away that top, not letting their shots get through as much.
Webster steps around one, has her stick tied up, and thankfully for the Furies, cleared down the ice because Webster was getting into a menacing position there. Chu Lee plays it off the boards for her teammate, Shin Fong, who will lead the rush out here, and look at her skate. She's got room to go. Fong makes the pass. Kong at the hash mark. She stops, sets up position with 14 seconds left on the power play. Back to the point for Zhao. Over to Fong. Down low. They center in front. Oh, what a save! Just able to keep her pad against the post. Sammy Jo Small makes a big save to keep her team in the lead. Penalty over. We're back to five-a-side hockey. Centered in front, and that one just misses the goal mouth. Chance now for Prevost the other way for Toronto. It's a 2-on-1. It's Prevost and Kidd. Prevost with the shot. Truly makes the save. End-to-end action, and we get a whistle with 10:42 remaining in the third.
What exciting chances Vanke had down in the Toronto end. Just as the penalty expired, they had a lot of looks, even a post there, but as you can see, here's the 2-on-1. Chuli's just squared right to her. That was a great job by the defense as she took away that passing option and let the goalie take the shot. Goalies usually like when their defense do that, you usually call for it.
You took the thought right out of my mind. You took the words out of my mouth. What a tremendous job by China and Zhao defending that 2-on-1. Really never gave any sort of passing option to Prevost, and that made it a much easier play for Chuli. Toronto unable to capitalize on that odd man rush. Here they go again. Zubak leading a breakout. Zubak drops it for Dingeldine. Dingeldine back to Zubak. Can't corral it on net. Defended closely. Dingeldine comes up with it. Big save, big rebound. Oh, what a save! Third chance, and they tap it past Truly. I mean, that second save where she dives and gets a piece of it with her mask, incredible. But the persistence of the Furies pays off. They tap it past Truly. Again, I thought this was going in. Somehow it stays out. And on the third effort, for sure. But incredible play there. And the Furies make it a 3-1 lead.
Just a couple whacks at it, and that'll be Cassidy Delaney's first goal this season for her. And this is her first season with the Furies, so that's a big moment for her. As I'm pretty sure they got the puck out of the net just so they could tape that one up and give it to her as a momentum.
And our first even strength goal of this game, as we've got 10-10 remaining here in the third period. A big one for the Furies. They've now got a 2-goal cushion for the first time in this contest, and it comes courtesy the goal by Cassidy Delaney, the rookie getting her first career CWHL goal. So congratulations to her, but the Furies still have 9:53 left here in the third period to close this one out. That puck up and out of place. We'll have a face-off inside Vanke territory.
There's another look at it. Just that extra little tap. Everyone thought originally that Dingeldine's puck was in. We even thought that too, but
for sure,
it was Delaney who ended up getting that goal.
I still can't get over that save by Truly on Dingeldine. I mean, she uses her mask to keep that out, plus a force field, I think, because I don't know how that one didn't go in, but Delaney right there to top it in. So Dingeldine and Platt draw the assists. And now Vanke try answer back. There's a shot that just screeches wide as Kaylee Mercer got a great chance for Vanke. 9:25 to go here in the third period. The Rays now down by 2. It's Webster with the puck. She tries to feather it over far side. It's deflected high and into the far corner where Kidd comes up with it. Kidd plays it forward. Beezer. Her shot. That one into the glove of Chuli, and she'll hold it for the face-off. So the Furies starting this third period with some intent, and, well, they've gotten pucks on net and have not only gained the lead, they've now given themselves a 2-goal cushion.
For sure, definitely a different game than yesterday, as Vanke with 3 goals and Toronto left scoreless, and today. Toronto's got the 3 goals, and they've really found their offensive touch here tonight.
We talked about their challenges in terms of creating offense. I'm sure head coach Jeff Flanagan will like the contributions from his team here this afternoon, as they've put 3 past goaltender Elaine Truly. That puck in the bench and out of play, so we'll retake the face-off here to the left of Truly. Janiga on the draw for Vanke. Dingledine steps in to take the face-off for Toronto. Off the draw, Vanke have it. They nearly give it away in front of their own net. It's still loose, and finally it's corralled by Fung. She plays it off the near boards, and where it's scooped up by Kong, who tries to get it forward to Janiga, but out of her reach, and now as they battle for it behind the Toronto net, Dingledine gets in there to give Gaskin some defensive support. Hand pass called, so that'll bring a stoppage to play with 8:38 remaining in the third.
Still half a period, plenty of time for Vanke to possibly tie it up, even gain the lead, but Toronto's just got to stay strong on their defensive core. They've already got quite the cushion with the 3 goals and 2 on Vanke, so they'll definitely want to keep playing strong in their defensive end.
Webster takes on Prevost for this draw, and it's Prevost who wins it for the Furies. As Jessica Platt tries to reconnect with Delaney, nothing doing there. Woods scoops up this loose puck here for Vanke. Woods cuts wide, tries to get in front, is end up forced behind the net, still with the puck on her stick, and finally she just ends up giving it away. Delaney, first pass didn't make it through, second one right to Prevost. Prevost snaps that one just wide of the far post. Woods picks it up here for Vanke. She'll bring it across center ice, makes the pass. Webster, one-on-one, lifts that shot over top the far corner. Stewart, touch pass nearly picked off. Mercer comes up with it for Vanke. Mercer makes the pass to Webster. Webster with room to skate. Cuts into the middle. Webster lets the shot fly, and that one whips just wide to the post. Delaney, she'll just flick that one in on goal. Truly easily directs it into the corner for her defender, Zhao. Zhao makes the pass to Janiga, who brings it across the blue line. Room to skate. She's forced wide by Kidd. Janiga still with the puck. Cuts in tight. Good save. Where is it? It's loose in front. As Small got the initial save, and then the puck sat there around the blue ice. The Furies can't clear the zone on the first attempt. Janiga does well to shield it from a couple of defenders. Still with it on her stick. Passes it over to Fong. Fong back to Janiga. 7:08 remaining in the third as Fong gives chase.
Vanke doing a great job just working the puck down low under that red line area, just taking full control of it there.
Well, we mentioned that at times they were looking a little tired. They've seemed to have found some energy here now, trailing by 2, and they're going to need that. Maybe catching Toronto on their heels a little bit as that sharp angle shot turned away by Small. Brickleyuk still with the puck for Vanke. Room to skate, lets the shot fly. Didn't quite get a lot on that shot. Maybe should have done better. Good defensive work there by Kidd. As Kidd ties up her player, Woods, in the corner. Puck comes out, and it'll be Webster coming up with, Williams coming up with it for Toronto. Williams still with the puck for the Furies. Centers it out front, and Truly had to be careful with the poke check there. 6:15 left in the third. Brickleyuk comes up with it now for Vanke. Plays it near side to Oliva. Makes the touch pass to Webster across the blue line. Drops it for Bunton. Bunton tries to cut through the middle. She's dispossessed by Dingledine. Allen, far side boards. Can't clear the zone. Nice job by Mercer to hold it in, but her teammates all peeled off for line changes, so that'll give Toronto time and space to skate it out. Gaskin hits center ice and dumps it in. Out of her net, Truly ends up playing it to Zubak as she tried to get it past the Toronto forward. Now it's picked up by Mercer. Kaylee Mercer uses the boards to make a great pass over to Janiga. Centered in front. What a save. Puck still loose. It just goes wide of the near post. Janiga made the pass over to Fong, and Fong got the great shot away but was turned away by Small. Icing here against Toronto with 5:19 left in the third.
Small thought she had that puck there, although it was just wide of her net. As you can see, they're coming in, just pulls it over, slides it, and she just lets that go. Sammy Jo Small was just square right to her, ready for that puck. Although the rebound just slipped loose, it was a great job on the Toronto defense just to recover and transition the puck to the other end.
Shin Fong had that chance for Vanke, and they're going to try create more with the puck in the offensive zone. Woods makes the pass behind the net to Webster, and then Woods got postered against the boards, no call. Play continues on as we approach 5 minutes remaining here in the third period. Vanke trailing the Furies by 2 as you're watching CWHL Live, empowered by Hilberg and Burke. Platt comes up with the puck now for Toronto, makes the pass to Zubak. Zubak tried to split the D, but Brickelyuk was having none of it as she sniffed that out. That long stretch pass out of the reach of Webster, so it's an icing call here against the Rays with 4:43 remaining. I want to remind you to connect with the CWHL on social media. You can do so by following at the CWHL on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Stay connected. We'll get to a few shout-outs through the show as Bunton brings this puck across the blue line. Lets the shot fly, and that one goes wide of the near post. Webster corrals the puck along the boards, but it's out of her reach now when Kidd comes up with it. Makes the pass over to Prevost. Prevost to Fulton. Fulton far side. Stewart is checked closely. That's Ella Stewart. She has it taken away from her. And here comes Vanke. Long stretch pass intended for Janiga. Just got broken up. Fulton makes the toe drag around the defender, Oliva, and then is crashed down. Play continues on. Fulton centering, no-look centering pass, and maybe she should have looked because it was a giveaway in the end. Fong controls it against the far board. She's checked closely. Prevost comes in and picks up the puck as Saunders will bring it out of the near side corner. She uses the glass to lift that one down the ice, and this will be an icing call against the Furies with 3:43 remaining in the third period.
Only 3 minutes left. It's definitely got to leave it all on the ice and just get all you got. Toronto's doing a great job defensively, keeping strong. Sammy Jo's been making those big saves when needed and clearing those rebounds.
As the face-off to the right of Sammy Jo Small is won by Vanke, played near side to Oliva, out of her reach. Just check the out-of-town scoreboard because I wanted to get an update on that game in Markham, and it has gone final. Les Canadiens win 3-2 in overtime. So a big win for Montreal as we've got an icing call there against Toronto, and it's Sarah Lefort who gets the goal, her second of the game, to make it a 3-2 victory for Les Canadiens in overtime. Well, Vanke have 3:24 left here to try force overtime as we've got a timeout called by Vanke Rays head coach Rob Morgan.
He'll definitely be drawing something up for this team right now. Possibly a goalie pull at some point. It'll all depend on how the draw goes, and he'll make that initial call to pull her to the net. 3 minutes is definitely enough time. It's just all about hitting the net and getting the offensive touch. They've had a lot of looks. They know how this team works. They played them yesterday. It'll just be all in decisions. Toronto's just got to be strong on their D as they've been so far.
First period in the books in Calgary. It's the Inferno with a 1-0 lead over Kunlun Red Star. So there's your out-of-town scoreboard update across the CWHL today. As Beth mentioned, head coach Rob Morgan drawing up some strategy here for his team who have been asked to return to the ice after that timeout. Brickelyuk, they tried to sneak her on late and the referees having none of it. So Brickelyuk and they've dropped the puck, but we're not underway yet, so we'll try to get this one going again. As Brickelyuk came off the bench really late there, and the referees said, no, bring out the other player. And that was Rose Oliva. So Oliva takes the ice, and then we'll, I'm sure, see that switch happen in a few moments.
Although it is giving Vanke some time to just regain their breath as they've looked a little little bit more energy in this period than the last period.
Yeah, for sure. They looked a little tired to close out that second period, but here in the third, they've found that high tempo again, and with 3:20 left now in the third period, they're going to need every ounce of energy left to try figure out a way to tie this game up. They trail by 2. The score is 3-1 for the Toronto Furies as Aliva brings it into the zone for Vanke. She drops that one off. Again, we'll keep an eye on goaltender Chuli to see if she heads to the net. Vanke trailing by 2. Bunton, maybe a little too cute with the stick work. There goes Chuli to the bench. Extra attacker out, shot right on. Save. Webster ended up throwing Williams through her stick from behind the play, and she's a little lucky that she wasn't called for that. Vanke getting tight, couple good chances. Small holds it for the face-off.
Exactly. Small's been doing a great job as to really grabbing those rebounds. Not only her, but her defense as well. Just clearing everything out as Vanke likes to really crash the net.
Well, they've got the extra attacker on the ice. 2:46 remaining in the third, and it's Woods on the face-off. Wins it to the near boards where Bunton is checked closely by Kidd. Bunton plays it behind the net. Wraparound chance, they jam away at it. Still loose. And now the net has come off its pegs. So we'll get a stoppage with 2:36. Good pressure down low from Vanke.
You knew Toronto definitely saw this coming. You knew they were going to pull their goalie and send that extra attacker and just go all offense in right now, and they're definitely doing a great job preparing for it.
Webster on the draw. They tie up. Puck loose off the draw. It's Shannon Molson who comes up with it. Molson plays it near side to Zubak. Never got a clean shot at the empty net, and then she meets Mercer with a good body check. Play continues on. Woods, she's checked closely by Allen. Bunton picks up the puck at center ice, stripped away from her. Woods, she has to play it back to Brickleyer. Near side to Webster. Webster feeds it far side over to Woods. 2:05 remaining now. Woods feathers it in front. Right through the slot as Webster comes up with it now. Far side hash mark. She cuts into the middle. Drops it for Brickleyook near side. There's the one-timer, and they score! Mercer blasts that one home, and Vanke are within 1. Huge goal there. Small never saw the puck, and Vanke have a $1:54 left. They're within 1.
What a strong shot that was, and Sammy Small must have just lost track of the puck as she looked a little confused as to where it was coming from. She wasn't exactly square to it. Might have been a screen through the defense there, but what a great one-timer there, and this will be definitely a lot of momentum as there's only 1:54 left on the board for Vanke. I'm not sure if they'll look for the second goalie pull, but not much to lose.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. $1:45 now left in the third period. Vanke making this one tight down the stretch. It's been a tight game all afternoon, but now just the one goal separating these two teams, as it was a big score there from Mercer. As Prevost off to the races. She's caught from behind there by Zhao. So Webster and Brickleyook drawing assists there on the goal by Mercer. And we'll see if Vanke get an opportunity to go for the extra attacker again. Fulton dumps that one in. And Vanke will be led here by China and Zhao. She makes the pass. Goaltender going to the bench. Truly off for the extra attacker. Webster brings it in. Drops it for Woods. That shot nearly catches Small with a 5-hole, but she closes the wickets just in time and keeps that one out.
That one was definitely scary as she's trying to stay calm right now, and just dropped right in time to save that puck there. Definitely a lot of nerves are flowing through this team right now as both of them are looking for that second win again. And the goalie's pulled for Vanke, so they'll use that 6-on-5 mentality that they used last time, and it worked well, so curious to see if it works again.
And they've got the big guns out there once again. Webster, Bunton, Janiga, Mercer, Brickleyook, and of course Emma Woods, who's had the nose for the goal all game long. Brooke Webster on the draw here for Vanke. 55.9 seconds remaining in the third period. Jenna Dingledine steps in to take the draw for Toronto. And how big is that goal now, in retrospect, from Cassidy Delaney?
That was definitely big momentum gainer for sure, but as of right now, Vanke's the one who's really got all their momentum, as this line was the one who just scored, and it looks like the whole North American line's out there right now and just ready to gain some more offense.
So the puck is dropped off the face-off. Team scramble for possession. Janiga plays it back to the point. 50 seconds remaining. Mercer comes up with it. She just got that goal for Vanke. Makes the pass to Brickleyook. She's checked closely. Still with the puck on her stick. Julie Allen checks her. Back behind the net for Janiga. Janiga, 37 seconds left. Back to the point. Mercer. Mercer plays it near side. Webster trades positions. 28 seconds left now in regulation. Drops it off. Woods to Brickleyook. They've got to get some pucks on net. They try feather that through for the redirection. Nothing doing. Woods still with the puck. 18 seconds left. A bouncing puck into the near corner. Mercer, 15 seconds left. Back to the point. Brickleyook, her shot. That one's blocked and cleared down the ice by Julie Allen. 7 seconds left. Vanke are really going to have to push it here. 3. No, that's going to do it. They had a great last-ditch effort, but unable to tie this one up. A huge victory on home ice for the Toronto Furies. They really had to hold on to the very end, but they skate off with a 3-2 victory and a little bit of redemption over the Vanke Rays.
And what a huge block there was that at the end. Just not letting those shots through, and Toronto getting their second win of the season, and this is big for them.
Well, what an entertaining game here. 60 minutes, and we almost had a little bit more. As we'll have the Tim Hortons 3 stars coming up in just a moment for you. Power play was a big factor in this one. Toronto going 2 for 4 with the power play. Vanke ends up going 1 for 6 with the man advantage as the Furies stand at center ice, set to salute the home crowd after a 3-2 victory. So a tremendous game here in this one. 60 minutes in the books, and it's the Toronto Furies splitting this weekend series with the Vanke Rays. Vanke scoring a 3-0 victory last night. This afternoon, it's the Toronto Furies getting a little bit of redemption, taking this contest by a score of 3-2. Well, again, quite the game here from the MasterCard Center. As we've got Beth Clipper standing by ringside, we're going to get an interview with one of the stars of this game in just a few moments, but we'll take you through a quick scoring recap as Toronto open up the scoring in this game. A Shannon Molson goal on the power play. Vanke answer back with a power play marker from Hannah Bunton. As we get the 3 stars presented by Tim Hortons, Sammy Jo Small, 3rd star of this game. Toronto will then take a 2-1 lead, courtesy a goal from Jenna Dingledine. Kaylee Mercer getting 2nd star for the Vanke Rays. And Jenna Dingledine, 1st star of this one. I mentioned that she got the 2-1 goal, the go-ahead goal at the time for Toronto. 3rd goal for Toronto was scored by Cassidy Delaney. And then making it close down the stretch was Kaylee Mercer. But it was too little too late for the Rays as they fall in this one by a final score of 3-2. A really great contest here, a tremendous effort, and a great result for the Toronto Furies in this game. Again, it's a final here, 3-2 the score. The Vanke Rays fall to the Toronto Furies. One other final in the CWHL so far. It was Montreal with a 3-2 win in overtime over the Markham Thunder. And one other game currently going on in the CWHL as the Calgary Inferno have a 1-0 lead over Kunlun Red Star. We've got Jenna Dingledine set to join Beth Clipper ringside as we get set to bring you this interview. One of the stars of today's game with a big goal, Jenna Dingledine backing her team to a 3-2 win.
I'm here with Jenna Dingledine. Now, you guys, how big were special teams in this game, as not a lot of the play was 5-on-5? Vanke was 1 for 6. You guys were 2 for 4 in the power play. How big was that in this game today?
Yeah, the special teams is definitely important to us. We were kind of struggling there for a little bit, but we picked it up this game, so it was nice to get a few goals there.
Now, you guys played them yesterday. What were some takeaways for you to focus on? You guys were left scoreless. Today, opposite, you got 3 goals on the board. What were some key assets you guys worked on to get on the board today?
I know for us, we just wanted to get more shots on the net. We wanted to take their bodies. So I think overall as a team, we just improved from yesterday. We worked a little bit harder, and we did what we wanted to do with the game plan.
Now, this is your first taste of the Vanke team. With this expansion, what was this experience like for you so far?
It's pretty cool. It's nice to be able to go to China and be able to expand out that way. So it's also nice to see the North American players on their team, get to catch up with them and stuff, so it's always good.
Awesome, thank you. That was Jenna Dingledine, First Star. You're watching CWHL Live.
Well, thank you, Beth, and thank you, Jenna, as it is a final here from the MasterCard Center. That's the game. The Toronto Furies taking this one by a 3-2 final over the Vanke Rays. We want to thank Beth Clipper and Jenna Dingledine for that interview there at the end. And, of course, we want to thank all of you for tuning in to this one. This stream presented by Hilberg and Burke. Check out the live stream schedule by visiting the CWHL.com/watch. I'm Nico Cardarelli for all of our crew behind the scenes, and for Beth Clipper, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week in Boston.